welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We get a list of, I think, 13 homes, and if you like small townhouses, today's the day. Hasselfeld starts us off 328.8. It is a Woodbine model, or it used to be called a Spring Valley. It's 1356-57 square feet, and so you can see you've actually got some functional space on the main floor here. There it is there. So it's all tile. So you can use this. I've seen it used as a sitting area. It's not this big though. I mean, you can see how wide the door is. Almost none of these shots belong in horizontal mode because they're actually vertical shots. That one there is actually, the kitchen looks wider. So they're all, it's like Hall of Mirrors with this home, but it actually looks like a really nice kitchen, and that's the only shot that I think is in proportion. That nook is very, very small. Nobody knows what to do with it, but these guys have actually found a pretty good use, as they put a cushion there, a couple pillows, and they play guitar. And then there's a front room in this home, so it's the 2-bedroom with 1 full bathroom upstairs, which really opens up the front room. So 328.8, providing it shows pretty well, is not a bad price for this home at all, especially considering there's a smaller end unit for sale for $349 right now. Woodley Crescent is $349.9. It's an Amesbury or a Brennan model, 1130 square feet. So now we move from 3-story down to 2-story, and so we've got a real backyard, or if you want to call it that, it's dirt right now. It looks like hardwood floors, hardwood staircase. You've got, this is a very smart kitchen layout. They never used to do this, but they've started to do it in the new phase, and it makes a lot of sense. 1 full bathroom upstairs, and basically brand new right off the conveyor belt kind of thing. It's a good floor plan. It's not a bad price. I think under $350 is probably a good place for them, and I think that's the cheapest one that's for sale right now. So obviously they're going to attract attention from that. The fact that it's new and it's the lowest price probably is going to be successful. Kennedy Circle, $364.9. This one faces, it's on the little circle around Metro, around Shoppers Drug Mart, Starbucks. So if you have a look inside, it's very long and narrow, which is weird because it's a 27-foot wide lot. And but the house itself is built so that's the back of the house, and I would highly suggest with any listing is to open up those curtains, let a lot of light in to really showcase that. And so if I'm looking at this correctly, I believe that's your main floor, is just this area here, and then you've got 3 bedrooms upstairs plus 2 full bathrooms, and it looks clean and tidy and simple. I think a lot of homes could learn a lesson from how they did that. It's still, you can never replicate the magic of having a true professional photographer come in on a listing. I'm not a huge fan of the location, although it is walking distance to obviously a lot of stores. The Tim Hortons is actually just coming in not far from here. Tim Hortons and Starbucks within walking distance, and might even command a premium, but I'm just kidding. Anyways, it looks like this one here might have a rec room and a den downstairs, which may give it a bit of an edge. Sherwood Road is $364.9, same price. And so this one here is a little bit more upgraded, a little bit more dolled up. You can see the quality of pictures is there. But it's a very small home. So what you're doing is you're walking where the photographer is you're basically, that's your only living space on the main floor, and then you walk through, and then you've got your kitchen. Not that dissimilar from Kennedy, but I guess the competitive difference is that these guys have better looking finishes, whereas Kennedy might have a little bit more space in the basement, although we don't see photos of that. So be an interesting battle. I think they'll both do pretty well. We've got a bigger home, which is our listing over on Stover Crescent, which is family room plus dining room plus kitchen on the main floor plus a finished basement, and then 3 bedrooms upstairs. So and that's $5,000 less than both of them. So I would plug that anytime. 1671stover.com. This one on Colson, I can't figure out because it's got a lot of stuff that I think people would like, and it's at a good price point, and it's been for sale for a while. So I don't know if there's something going on inside the house, but it's a detached home. It's on a 35 by 120 foot lot, so it's got some crown moldings here. It's got some hardwood floors. The kitchen has some original elements, but I think it looks tasteful. It looks pretty small. I don't know if maybe the small kitchen is what's holding people back. Big master bedroom right in the back of the house, and then you've got 2 smaller bedrooms upstairs, and maybe the 2 smaller bedrooms could be something there, but I really think that these guys are set up for success. There's some mature trees here, double wide parking in the driveway, and you're at a price where basically your alternative is you go buy a townhouse in the new area. So I think these guys will do well. I think that one's been overripe, I think, for a buyer for a while. So 620 Ferguson, number 50 is 378.7. And so the floor plan itself is around 1,500 square feet. There's a lot of stuff, right? So what I would have said to these guys is probably take out some of the things here that just distract the eyes. And obviously, you know how I feel about white hood fans. And you've got white hood fans and black stove and stainless steel fridge. And a lot of stuff on the walls there too, and it looks like a very happy, welcoming home, but it doesn't, it's too busy when you're trying to look at the pictures here. Even this room here, there's a lot going on. Unfinished basement, 378.8 is a fair price for this home from what we've seen. I do think that just simplifying is such a huge thing, and people say, well, that doesn't matter, they're not buying my stuff. It matters, believe me. I've walked into homes where agents open house, where there's 20 agents sitting in a house and they can't see past the stuff. So I know for a fact that it's a psychology thing with looking at these homes. Bar Crescent is 4049. It's an 1860 square foot home. It's called a Townland model, and so you've got some laminate floors, you've got a front living dining room, and then you go further back in the house, even things like brushes, ladders. I know a lot of people keep them beside the fridge. They do show up on listings. Nothing ever looks good on top of the fridge, that's for sure, if you're thinking about how to stage your home to get it ready. It's just a solid home. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of upgrading, but it looks like it's been kept reasonably well. There's 4 bedrooms upstairs plus a laundry room, and it's on a good quiet street. It's walking distance to Hawthorne Village School, walking distance to about 2 or 3 parks, and it's a good fair price too. So these guys have done a great job. They're going to be successful. Robson, 359.9, 1822 square feet, 3 bedrooms. And nice finishes. I love the look of that crisp white border up top, crisp white baseboards down below, dark hardwood, medium tone walls. I mean, just really nicely finished stuff. So living dining in the front, and then you've got a family room kitchen in the back, and everything looks nice. You've got your master bedroom, you've got a finished basement on top. It's almost like, to me, it's almost like you're getting the finished basement for free. To do that interlock, it's probably in the neighborhood of more than $5,000, probably less than 10. But when you add that fridge, or when you add the shed up, this is nice. I mean, there's all stone right here and gardens. Maybe not a lot of grass, but this is a good home. I wouldn't be surprised if this one sold for more than asking. The kicker on top is it's on Robson, which is a nice quiet street too. So this is the chuck pick of the day, probably for the month of February. This is a great listing. Very, very impressed by this one here. If you notice, they use the term lot as a regular again. So obviously someone's not watching my videos or paying attention. But anyways, that's okay. We'll forgive them. Savaline is $500,000. It is a Sterling model. It's about 2,100 square feet. All brick. You've got a nice front living room. Combined living and dining is probably more common, but these guys have separate living dining, which it can be very functional. You can use that front room as a living room, as a reading room, as an office, as a yoga room, as a kids' playroom. There's so many uses for it. The dining room isn't huge, but it looks good. Nice, tasteful colored hardwood floors, that sort of mid-tone, maybe 6 or 7 out of 10 on the darkness scale. Very nice. Upgraded kitchen here. Upgraded mantle here. You've got some built-in cabinets beside the fireplace. I have a feeling this one's really going to fly fast. And they've done a bit of landscaping work in the back. So a bit of a busier street, but there is a decent setback from this one. And 500, I think, is just terrific. Great stuff. March, April possession on it. Babcock, 509. Don't know if this one's competing as well. And I mean, I'm not even going to say what I probably should say about that. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to let you form your own opinion about what should be there and what shouldn't be there. And if you notice, there's even, He's back again. So here's the thing. Are you looking at the house or are you looking at that element of the photos? I think we know the answer. The siding's going to be tough. It looks like a larger home. It says 5 bedrooms, but there's actually, I believe, 4 upstairs plus a little bedroom in the basement there too. So it doesn't look like the whole basement's finished, just a little part, and it looks like it's more than 2,000 square feet. I just think it'll be tough with the siding. I think, like, really, between Savaline and that one, which one are you going to choose? It seems pretty obvious. So Dalglish is $634,999. And what's strange about this one is the photos really are not very nice, to be honest. But if you click the virtual tour link, what you see is that it's got a nice little video put together. The music's a little creepy. It sounds like you're traveling to Narnia or something like that. But it's a good floor plan. Lots of upgrades. I mean, even with so-so photos, you can really see the effect of having nice photography. They've got a bidet, which is wild. So then there's 2 sinks here. You've got an upgrade. It looks like almost a Korean countertop. They put some money into this one. 2,600 square feet is usually not in the 630, 640 range. In this case, if it really looks good, they might have a chance. And the last one is Von Court. It's at 639, so right in the same price range. It's like 24 something square feet. It's a Chester model. Chesters don't usually sell for this, and I've seen more upgraded Chesters sell for high 5s. It's got a nice kitchen. It looks like a nice finishes in here, the backsplash and so on, hardwood floors. You can't put a big dining room table. I find the bedrooms are very small in this model. There's not a huge family room. I don't know if they just continued the hardwood floors throughout right into the kitchen, because if you separate them, it feels like where your family room stops and where your kitchen stops, it's in an awkward place. It's very hard to describe, but if you go see this home, you can see what I mean. I don't think they got a shot at 530 or 639. Like the 9-foot ceilings, like the high ceilings in the great room, which is above the garage, but I think there's layout things that I'm not thrilled with, and just the size of this home and what you're seeing, I just don't see the value at 639. So that's the list for today. Definitely jump all over a couple of these. I think they've got a lot of value to them. Some of them, toss them in the discard pile. But that's the list. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.